Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
We think pretty is pretty important for all things in beauty. Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I am Dean White, and I have been in the beauty industry for 15 years as a marketing consultant. I've come alongside of over 150 brands, helping them grow in their market domestically and internationally. I currently work with American brands who are or have the desire to export products to Asia with a focus on China. China has 1.7 billion people compared to our 330 million people in the U.S. You can see how important that market is. I'm sitting in for Patty as she attends a workshop for the Institute for Future Thinking, honing her skills to help health and beauty brands anticipate what taking care of ourselves in the future may look like. RadioAMB stands for American Made Beauty, where we tell secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our segment sponsor today is AmericanMadeBeauty.com, a beauty platform designed to help consumers find beauty companies that are implementing the industry's best practices to bring you quality products and services. Go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com to find the beauty products and services that meet a strict set of standards that reflect the American heritage. Want to try some of our brands? Click on the consumer page and sign up for your free AMB box, customized with products that are selected just for you. That's AmericanMadeBeauty.com. I grew up with 4 older sisters who saw going to the salon as a highlight of the month. They would come back with a new transformational look they were desiring and some new techniques on how to enhance their beauty. They would be completely jealous to be in my shoes today as I interview a guest who has not only opened multiple salons, but also created a teaching university that educates educators in the industry. In other words, my guest today is a game changer. And to give her one of her quotes, either you create your culture or your culture will be created for you. She is a woman who has learned from her successes and her failures to create something really remarkable to pass on to other people. In the first segment, we will discover this goddess Keri Davis-Duffy, president and co-owner of Gila Rut Salons, and president and co-owner of Beauty Backbone. We'll hear how she got started in the business, built her salons, and attracted her partners. We'll learn how her chain of salons in San Diego area and her newest endeavor, Beauty Backbone. In the second segment, we will call In the Jar. Carrie will share her greatest aha moment and how she's using that to continue to grow her team, her salons, and now cultivate a network of salon owners to deliver consistent education and beauty services all over the country. In the third segment, we'll continue a conversation with Carrie and explore how she's involved in the development and teaching of Aveda Corporation's Business College. Her 3 Gila Rut Aveda Lifestyle Salons exemplify Carrie's own applied philosophy of salon management, quality customer service, and innovative systems. And in the final segment, where we will focus on wellness, we'll learn how Beauty Backbone is improving the wellness salons around the country. You will hear how Carrie has cultivated a community of people who are business owners now, but they didn't start that way. They started as hairdressers with a passion for craft, and when they came to be a business owner, they needed systems to ensure this passion could be cultivated through a team members that serve clients. In fact, let me tell you a little bit more about our guest. Carrie Davis started as a hairstylist that became a multi-salon owner in the greater San Diego and celebrating their 25th anniversary in business. It didn't take her long and her salons long to draw national industry attention as role model business leaders as they create trendsetters as well as new techniques within the industry. Her salon team are as comfortable and proficient at designing hair and makeup collections for New York and Los Angeles Fashion Week as they are serving clients in their own local community. In a world respected Educator's educator, who is trained with the best, Sasson, John Paul Mitchell Systems, TG, and Aveda, Keri travels extensively to inspire and share her ideas and concepts with other salon owners, educators, and business leaders. Published regularly in the salon industry's national and international media, Gila Rut Aveda Salons have been named 6 times as one of the fastest-growing salons in America. The salon group has also been awarded the prestigious Master of Business Award. They were recently recognized as the #1 salon in San Diego by San Diego's City Beats. Keri masterfully balances the business of creative side of her salon's successes. Keri, let's welcome you. Thanks for coming to talk with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you got started and where did your passion begin?
Well, when I think back many years ago, I think back now and chuckle a little bit because when I was in high school, I used to cut my friends' hair. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing, but I thought that I did. And in turn, they would wash my car. So back then, I was doing a little barter and trade that I didn't even know that I was doing. So I always loved doing hair, and I loved makeup and all of the things you get to play with when you're in a salon. But I being a hairdresser was not really the first thing that was on my docket to be as a professional. I actually wanted to be a veterinarian because I loved animals so much. Wow. And when I was taking some classes in high school, and there's certain things you need to do in high school with deceased animals that I thought, I don't know that I could take this route. I love animals. I like to cuddle animals, but not really work on animals. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to call it a default, but I'll say that I went to my second passion, which was doing hair, and that seemed to be. So I have animals, but doing hair seemed to be supernatural for me.
Wow! And so from high school, then, did you go straight into the beauty industry?
I went into the beauty industry at 19. At 19.
Wow. And where'd you go to school at?
So I went to school. They had a chain way back when called Duluth Schools of Cosmetology, and I went here in San Diego. And so it's 10 months here in San Diego in California, 1,600 hours, and from there I went to seek out what would be the best salon that I could go and assist and learn in. I landed a job in San Diego at the very first salon I ever worked in, which was called Corey's. And a friend of mine actually owned it, or a guy that used to cut my hair before I went into the beauty industry. And so I started working at his salon for a while. So that was my beginnings.
Okay, so there you are, your own salon. You are, working at the salon. Where came the idea of, wow, I could do this for myself. I could have my own salon.
That's a great question. When I first started, owning my own salon was not one of my goals. Owning my own business, it just didn't really cross my mind. I think what my focus was at that point was I wanted to do hair shows and platform work and be involved behind the scenes at these really cool hair shows. That's really where my passion was, and I worked. In the very first salon that I was in, I worked in for, I think, 3 to 4 years. And the only reason I left, I'm a pretty loyal person, is they closed. And so I went to find another salon to work in, and I worked there for another couple of years. And when it crossed my mind to open a salon was I didn't find, when I was looking for salons, what I didn't find was a business that I felt taken care of as an employee. I didn't find a business that offered health care, that offered retirement, that offered educational benefits. It just wasn't something that was common back when I started doing hair. It was a little bit like you had to fend for yourself. And I think it was out of wanting that for myself and looking around and saying, why don't other people want that? And maybe they do want that. Mm-hmm. That's how I reeled my mother in to open a salon with me in 1992. So we opened it really out of, I feel, necessity of wanting to have a bigger company feel, to have the benefits that I would get if I was working in a different industry that offered just those basic benefits.
Did you, when you opened the salon, how long until you were able to give benefits and do all these things that you wanted to? Was it immediately?
We did open the business in 1992 with offering health care and offering a 401k plan. And then as the business started to grow, we were able to offer paid vacation and educational benefits and stuff like that. So that was one of our main focuses. That really is what drove us, is if that's something that I was looking around for and I wasn't getting, that I'm sure there were other people that were looking to feel taken care of in a business. Also, in an industry where there's so much independence and people, a whole nother way to work in our industry is by being an independent contractor, and that 95% of the businesses in Southern California and in California, I'd say, are independent. And so no one's offering you anything. When you're independent, you work for yourself. And so I really felt the desire, the need, and the drive to create something bigger and something different to offer people in our industry that wanted to have that same kind of company feel.
Wow. So Gila Rut Salons take care of their stylists and their employees from start to finish. You're not only with the education, but also with health care, with benefits, 401k. They feel as if they're part of a bigger organization, right?
Yeah, that was our goal when we started, for sure. It continues really to be our goal. We're always looking for ways to make sure that our team feel taken care of. I mean, that's one of the things that that lights me up, is to be able to have people feeling secure in a job and thriving.
Gosh, I love that. Often our greatest pain that we have experienced in the past, or the biggest difficulty we have, gives us the passion to accomplish that in the future and then help others. And so I love that story that you got into an industry that you felt like nobody's really taking care of these things. I'm going to carve that path so that I can give that to others. And that really kind of ties into some of your newer goals that we're going to talk about in a later segment, just as in being there to teach others. But in the few minutes that we have left for this beginning segment, I'd like to find out your initial salons. In addition to providing benefits, what are the things which were really important for you to set up? And I'm thinking more of the education side, or how you got connected to Aveda.
Well, one thing when I first started in the industry that was really important to me was to continue to educate myself so that I could increase and really hone my skill set. And I did that by working for another company. I actually worked for Paul Mitchell at the time, and I worked backstage at hair shows and doing a lot of prep work for those huge shows. And then I became a platform artist myself. And education has always kept me so motivated. And I've learned that, we hear people talk about burnout just in life in general, and I have really realized that burnout doesn't mean I need a vacation. Burnout is a lack of education. And the minute we get educated, we're re-inspired again. And so one thing, being an educator when I opened my first salon, being an educator myself, it was very important for me to have an educational program for my team so they could feel like they were constantly growing. And sometimes when you go outside of your own business for education, you have to seek out education. It's expensive. Mm-hmm. And so another one of the benefits that I felt was really important to have a team that stayed motivated and that was inspired so they could bring that inspiration and passion to their customers. And it just created a good vibe all the way around. So education has been one of our core values since we opened our company.
Gosh, I love that. I know that often, and you're talking about burnout, not only does I love that fact that it doesn't mean vacation, it means education. And once you learn more, then you have more of a passion to seek out, that gets rid of the burnout and gets more passion awakening inside of you. I also am kind of admired, the other people that you have around you that support you so you don't have burnout as well. Can you talk a little bit about them?
Well, I mean, I opened my business with my mom, and my mom is turning 80 this year. She's awesome. She's still a partner in one of my businesses, and I still give her little things to do. She thinks she's retired, but I still give her some things that I need her to do, But she's always been my inspiration and my rock and my support, even as being a business owner, sometimes you just want to drop to your knees, and pray that things get better, because you go through, in 25 years, you go through a lot of ebb and flow, just like in life. You do, and she's always been supportive and my rock, and as the years have gone on, I have just amazing people working around me. I mean, I have amazing managers that work in the locations, and I'm just celebrating. One of my managers has been with me 10 years. Last year I celebrated a 15-year anniversary for one of my managers. So these are people that have grown up with me, and I've grown up with them. And not to mention my other business partner that my mom and I took on 10 years ago, she was an employee of mine. And one thing that I'm super passionate about, too, is growing people from the ground up. And Carla Lopez Martinez, who is my business partner in the locations now, she was my assistant. She started off as my assistant, and then she worked her way up to stylist, master stylist. She became an educational director, and then there was an opportunity for her to partner with us 10 years ago in one of our businesses in Chula Vista in the Otay Ranch area, which is about 5 or 7 minutes from the border of Mexico. So it's a really different demographic, a very fun demographic for us. And she now is my big rock, So we get to lean on each other for things, and I am one of those people that I like to share success. And when you're in it alone, it's a lonely place to be, so I like to flourish with other people.
I love that. And you also have John Rizzo, right? He's another part of your team of excellence surrounding you and making the business so profound, right? Is that not correct?
So I have 3 jobs, actually. Okay, so one of them is that I own 3 salon locations with Carla. And my other job is that I do speaking. I write programs and speak for the Aveda Corporation. So I speak to other salon owners and managers and sometimes team members on business growth and sustainability. So I travel and teach for Aveda. We have a program which we'll talk about called Aveda Business College. And then my third job is we just launched a new company called Beauty Backbone. And John, who has worked for us for 4 years, is Carla and I's new business partner in this new venture that we just launched, Beauty Backbone, and I know you want to talk a little bit about that. So John has been our educational director in the salons and has really taken our education program and department to a level that I couldn't even imagine. And so, again, I think my whole motto in my business and in life is be now who you want to become. And when you are it now, then I can see you in the position that you want to be in, and it's an easy transition and growth opportunity. And John really embodied that with how he took our education to a level that is admirable, and it is thriving. And so it was just an obvious transition for Carla and I to partner with John in our new venture.
In the past 25 years, if you can give me 3 or 4 adjectives, what you would think that your salons represent, what would those adjectives be?
Family. I mean, family is really something that we use to describe our business a lot. I would say nurturing. Not only do we nurture our guests, so, we have a guarantee in our company where when you come in, you get to choose out of 4 complimentary services, you get to choose 2 that either a massage or a facial cleanse or a luxury hand treatment or a makeup touch-up. So we're totally into nurturing our guests, and I love to nurture my team. So I think nurture is a big thing. Relationships. Those are the most important to me, is building relationships and growth. My commitment is that my team grows, and just by virtue of that, the company grows. But if I don't have happy team members that feel that they're growing year over year, then they're not my team members anymore. So I feel quite committed to making sure that they see opportunities to grow for themselves in the beauty business.
That kind of ties into the name of Gila Rut, doesn't it?
Well, it does. So I'm an animal lover. I told you that in the beginning, and I always, while I was growing up, it was just a passion of mine, was horseback riding, and I always wanted to have a horse, and I always had this fantasy that my horse would be named Gila Rut, and because Gila Rut is my Hebrew name, so Gila means happiness and Rut means freedom, and my mom never let me get a horse. She said, "Where are we going to keep the horse, and who's going to feed the horse?" And all much too practical of a question, for a 12-year-old, right? It's like, well, I don't know. I just want the horse. So it was just an obvious name that when we decided to open a business, that we didn't even have to mull around what the name would be. We said it's going to be Gila Rut because it represents happiness, and it represents freedom, and also friendship is is tied into that as well. So we really line up with that name and those words.
Love that. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but please stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to go into the In the Jar segment, where we're going to share one of Keri's greatest aha moments and how she started using that to continue to grow her business. We'll be right back.
Shh. Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. I'm Dean White, hosting RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with Carrie Davis, president and co-owner of Gila Rut Salons and president and co-owner of Beauty Backbone. And right before the break, we just were talking about the name of your salon and those that support you on a daily basis. Love that story again, that, what at the heart of who you are is freedom and happiness. Is that right?
Yep,
And then you mentioned something that I thought that was pretty profound. You said something about being now what you want to become. Can you remember that?
Yes, of course.
What does that mean to you? What does that mean to Carrie today?
Well, the statement, being now who you want to become, I'll speak to that for my personal, not so much my work life, which is who I want to be, who I see myself to be, is a very healthy, active, thriving person. That's how I envision myself when I look, if I'm taking myself out of myself and looking down. And I have to remind myself day to day that in order for me to become that, I have to be that now. I have to, the choices I make when I'm eating, the choice I make to get up and move my body or not move my body, that I have to be right now, right here, who I want to become. Because that's how, who we are now and how we got to where we are now are all, is because of all of the decisions that we've made up until now, right? It's like where we are is a function of all of the decisions and behaviors that we've practiced thus far. And so if I want to see something different for myself, then I have to be it now, because I also have a saying that I repeat in my mind is, if not now, when? So if I want to be healthy and I see something unhealthy in front of me, I have to be able to have some power to say, no, thank you, or yes, I need to do this because this is a more healthy choice, because if not now, when?
Gosh, that's great. That really speaks a lot to me. Talking about, I believe that is an aha moment. And, that's a way that you live your life on a very daily basis. It is something that you not only meditate on, but you take action in. If not, when? And we talked before that you had an aha moment for business, and it happened recently. Is that right?
I've had a lot of aha moments in my business.
I like that.
I've had 25 years of aha moments.
Well, which ones pop into your mind?
The one that comes to my mind the most, that really was a while ago, that a very good friend of mine who's huge in the beauty industry, his name is Win Claybaugh. He's been a friend of mine for 25 years. He said to me early on in my career that people support what they help to create. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? What does that kind of jargon mean? I just need help here, And he said, people support what they help to create. So when you're instituting new elements of your business and you want your team to get behind you, then they have to be a part of helping to create it. And that has been something that I've lived by in my business for many, many years. And as a mom now, I have an 8-year-old. You and I were talking earlier. I'm now bringing that philosophy to him. It's like if I want him enrolled in something, then if I have him help me to create it, then there's more success even there.
Let's talk about that really quick. Let's unpack that. What does that mean with your son? And give us an example there, and then let's talk about another example in the salon.
Well, the salon one would be an easier one for me, and then I'll think about my little guy, because that's ever-changing for those parents out there. In the salon, so we do what we call Salon Celebrations every 6 weeks. Some people call them team meetings or staff meetings, but we call them Salon Celebrations because we really like to focus on celebrating people for their greatness and what their contribution has been and just great things that have happened. And for a business for someone that's been in business a long time, you know that you have to be fluid and constantly changing. So if you choose to just stay the same, you're kind of falling behind. And sometimes that's what gets a little exhausting about owning a business for such a long time, because in order to stay relevant, you have to continue to change and grow. And by doing that, you have to bring new programs to your business to keep people motivated, to focus on different areas. Maybe there's new products that come out, new ways of doing things. And so when we have an idea of a direction that we want to go as a company, when we're in our Salon Celebrations, we break people up into groups, and we have the different groups come up with how the function of this new idea could actually be rolled out in the company. And so when we have people enrolled in helping to create the new system or the new product or the new way of doing business, then we have them supporting it because they all feel that they had a stake in it.
Yeah, I love that. I have followed a solution called, first you talk about the problem, then you look at the solution, and then you talk about the reason. And if you first talk about the problem, it engages your heart. You want to solve that. And then you look for a solution, it engages your mind. And then you look for a reason, it engages your soul. And when people, if we just simply give a solution without really talking about the problem, then people don't understand why we made the changes happen. Or if we talk about a solution or talk about a problem, give a solution, but we don't talk about the reason, then people they don't own it yet. And so I love that when you, with your team, you talk about, we have an opportunity here. Let's break up into small groups and let's talk about what solutions you have. Let's come together. Now we have buy-in, and then let's roll out what the solution may be. I love that because it truly is that people are they support what they create. And
yeah.
So,
and I think a lot of times when we have an unsuccessful rollout of something, because God only knows we've had our fair share of those, I always look in the mirror and I say, like, what could I have done different? What was missing? What happened that it just didn't, it wasn't a successful launch or rollout? And it always comes back to people didn't help to create it. I created it, and I thought maybe it was something brilliant, and I rolled it out, and no one else thought it was brilliant, And so it's always, and I think that as business owners, and even when I think of myself as in a parental role, if I don't share with my team or my son the why behind what we're doing, I think you hit it on the head. When the why is missing, then either people just do it because they're told to do it, or they're not engaged in doing it because they don't feel a connection to it. And so that's another aha that, for me, it never is something that's set in stone. I always have to remind myself of that. Where is the why in this conversation so that people can really get a connection to what needs to happen next?
Love that. We're going to actually take another break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Aveda Corporation's Business College and a little bit about Beauty Backbone. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call earthchannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, I'm Dean White, hosting RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with Keri Davis, president and co-owner of Gila Rut Salons and president and co-owner of Beauty Backbone. Keri, we've talked about a few things and some great successes you've had. I wondered if you've ever had a tough year or a tough time in business over these past 25 years.
Of course. Business is, you know, it is the ebb and flow of life, really. And I would probably say that 2016, and it's kind of weird saying this, you think after almost going on 25 years that you can kind of do it with your eyes closed, but not in this business. And I would probably say that 2016 was one of my toughest years in business, and I think myself, my management team, we all felt like we were in the trenches for the entire year. And I'd say that was due to, for anybody that owns businesses or a business in the state of California, it's a tough place to have a business, and the laws change so much. And when the laws change, you know, you have to change your practices. And so for the first time, I think, in probably 22 years, we had to change our whole compensation model.
Wow.
And for people that have been with me for a really long time, that was a really big deal. It was very scary. You don't know if you're going to lose people. And that was a really, really big deal for us as a company. And I just kept wondering when the tension was going to end. You know?
Wow.
And it finally ended, like in December. So it lasted a full year, and but it was really tough. We had some big things happen in our business from the beginning of the year. There was an embezzlement that came up that we had to deal with. Mid-year, we had the internal structure of our company, the internal workings we had to change, and so it was a very emotional year for all of us, and so I'm glad that the dust settled for sure at the beginning of 2017 here. So it feels like the energy's cleared, we're all good to go, and we're all on the same path at this point.
It's funny that though that happens in life, you know, often it takes something to break before it can be rebuilt, and because if you continue just to add on to it, it won't work. But if you prune the tree, then the next year the tree can then, you know, blossom even more. So I can imagine
I love that. I'm going to be able to hold on to that now.
Fantastic. Good, because 2017 is really geared up to be some great success for you. Can you talk to me a little bit about your contributions to Aveda Corporation's Business College and what your role is there?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. About, I would say 12 years ago, Aveda wanted to put a business program together for salon owners because in our industry we do a lot of technical training, haircutting, coloring, styling. We do a lot of training with people who work in this industry. That's very common. And what's not really common is getting in the trenches of business. And so about 12 years ago, Aveda had an idea to put a business program together, and they asked about 11 salon owners from across the country to come together and develop this program, which is now called Aveda Business College. And I was so honored to be someone that they asked, and so of course I accepted. And we just started off looking at what different benchmarks are in the industry, and really looking at, based on what success benchmarks are in our industry, what are the different systems internally that we need to utilize in order to hit these benchmarks. And so that was kind of the beginning of this program called Aveda Business College. And now under this umbrella, 11 years later, of Aveda Business College, we have, I think, 6 or 7 different courses that we teach, from one called Culture and Leadership, one called Benchmarking for Success. We have the Currency of Customer Service. We have Putting Profit First. We have Benchmarking for Team Members, where we actually work with the salon's team to help get them on the same page as the salon owners are after they take the Benchmarking for Success class. And this has just been, I feel like it has been so critical in my own growth that when you have to stand up and teach something, you have to really know what you're talking about. It really hunkers you into the information. And so the fact that I get to go out and teach almost every other weekend, I think it would be more if I would let myself, to salon owners and staff across the country, I come back so inspired, and I get so much information to bring back to my salon. So I feel so lucky that that's a part of my job, and ongoingly working on developing courses that then we get to go out and train. So we started off with 11 salon owners, and now there are 3 of us that train all over the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, for those who have a salon and they're thinking about becoming an Aveda lifestyle salon, what does that entail?
It's contacting the Aveda distribution, and to become a lifestyle salon, what that really means is that you're willing to not carry any other product lines, and you use the Aveda color, and you use all of their products, and we didn't start off as lifestyle and solo Aveda. We started off with a few different lines, but one thing that was really obvious to me is that we weren't sending a consistent message to our consumers, that if you used a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but who we really were at our core, we were really lined up with the Aveda Corporation and the holistic way that they make their products and the way they run their company, and just spiritually even, the whole wellness piece really spoke to who we were as a company. So it's worked all the way around, between being able to work for Aveda and speak that message, and to be able to carry on their commitment to business owners in our industry, to having lifestyle salons of my own. It's been a really great balance and a great partnership.
Gosh, I love that. It's so important that we have the right partnerships as we grow our business, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. And like I said, I would say that the 3 of us that teach, it's Luca Boccia, he has salons in 3 lifestyle locations in Florida, and Scott Buchanan, who owns the Scott J Salons, I think he has 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. I would venture to say that if you asked all of us individually, we would say that the reason our business has grown to the level it's grown is because we were able to learn, help create the programs, and now we're teaching it. And so whatever we teach, we bring back. And so it's really been because we have been such an intricate part of being able to teach and learn that we're able to keep our businesses sustainable.
Gosh, I love that. We're getting close towards the end of this segment, so I just want to have one last minute. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Beauty Backbone. But back to Aveda, just one last statement. If you can tell me, what's a word when you think of Aveda?
Inspire.
Inspire. I love that. Well, stay tuned. We're going to be right back in just a second, and we will talk more about how Carrie Davis is inspired.
the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, I'm Dean White with hosting RadioAMB on HealthLife.net. I'm here with Keri Davis, President and co-owner of Gila Rut Salons and President and co-owner of Beauty Backbone. And Keri, we've talked a lot about today, just about how you started your companies. We talked about your extensive connection with Aveda. But the thing that really inspires me right now is seeing on your website your university, and it's Beauty Backbone. Can you go into that a little bit?
Oh, I would love to. So Beauty Backbone is our new baby. It's a brand new company that is not part of our salon business. And I'll give you a little background on Beauty Backbone. And Beauty Backbone, as I'm out traveling around the country, it's very common for people to call and want to know how we're doing, what we're doing, or what certain systems we're using, and could I send them what we're using. And so it's common I get emails and calls all the time because I'm out on the road constantly. And Beauty Backbone was developed really out of this necessity to have a place that people can go to be inspired, to get some tools around culture and get some tools around education and get some tools around growth. So because Beauty Backbone is such a new company, our very first division of Beauty Backbone is a program called Train You. And Train You is our educational division of Beauty Backbone. So I think when I think back about my career and I think kind of how things just happen organically, one of the things as I'm working with salon owners across the country, one of the things that is so challenging for salon owners is to either develop or continue an in-salon education program that's super cohesive, consistent, and that sustains itself. A lot of times the salon owner they're doing hair behind the chair, and then they're the educator, and then they're the manager, and then they're doing payroll. And when we were sharing our education program, and we were talking about John Rizzo earlier, who really developed such a comprehensive program for Gila Rut, And you know, I share my stuff all over the place with people, and all of a sudden people were coming out of the woodwork asking me if we could send John to their salon to help them create an education program. Excuse me. And it was in that moment that Beauty Backbone and Train You was born, and we thought, why don't we just take what we do for Gila Rut and generalize it for the hairdressing community? And so this platform was created. It's not how to cut hair, not how to color hair, not how to blow dry hair. It's not the technical piece. It's how to teach. And one thing that salon owners have a really hard time doing is getting an educator. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
One challenging area is for us to train an educator to then train our team, because we have turnover in our businesses of it. So every 2 years we could be training a new educator.
Wow.
And so Train You was really born. We have an online company called Beauty Backbone, and Train You is a platform that we can take any hairdresser, and within 8 weeks they could be teaching comprehensive pre-made classes as long as they have the technical piece to go with it. So they have to have the hair cutting, the hair coloring, the blow drying piece that they want to use, and we give them curriculum on how to actually teach a class through not only a customizable educator handbooks, student handbooks, but online tutorials, online webinars, and it's just been awesome. So we just launched this, and we have some amazing salons across the country that are working with us on this, and it's been so much fun. So it's like a whole new, it's a whole new baby.
And people just simply go to beautybackbone.com, right?
They go to beautybackbone.com, and then it'll say, about Train You, and that's the program, and you can read about Train You. You can also put your name in for a contact request if you want to request more information. You can go to our Beauty Backbone Facebook page, and you can also go to our Gila Rut Facebook page. And so you can learn a lot about it there as well, or contact us, and we can call anybody back. And we do webinars all the time on it. We just launched it in January, and we're having there is so much interest because there is such a need. There's so many programs out there that teach you how to cut, color, and blow dry hair, but not programs that teach you how to teach. And I think that is one of the biggest things, is if we could take the burden off of the salon owner and say, hey, look, I know that you're busy. Leave it to us. You take your person that you want to promote to be an educator, and let us take care of them, and you run them through our program, and within 8 weeks they'll be able to be up and teaching classes for you. And I think to take that responsibility and that big nugget off of the shoulders of the other owners out there is what is so gratifying, because I know what that feels like when you have so many balls in the air. And I know early on one of the biggest things I wanted to delegate was education, because you want it to be so good, but it takes up so much time, and you have so many hats you're wearing. And so this is the first of its kind in our industry, which I didn't even know about. I mean, we just decided to make this a general program because a lot of friends and people that I work with were asking for help. And so it just, this was born a year or so ago. And so it's been our passion over this last year, and it's just now going live the beginning of this year. So it's been amazing.
Carrie, you're an amazing person. Here you saw in the very beginning that the salons just didn't take care of their employees, didn't offer benefits, for instance. And then you stepped into a role to create that and created a salon to do that. And then you went into education, and you really created a culture. And, back to quoting you, that, that your culture really, you have to create it or it's going to create you.
Yeah.
And you created a culture of not only education but nurturing, right? That you not only nurture the client but also your employee, and that creates a family. And then from there, you then create, many other things in addition to this last one of such a huge need that here these salon owners are juggling so many different hats. They are trying to do payroll at the same time as being kind to a new client that's coming in, to the problems that arise, to then trying to find, they have a great person that knows how to cut hair, knows how to color, knows how to blow dry, and wants to set them up in a place to teach others, but then they just don't have enough time. And here you come in with the solution of Beauty Backbone. I am so thankful for the time that we've had with you today. And, I wanted to get into talk about how Laura, your wife, is such a support to you and your son, and it's we just run out of time. And, how can somebody get in contact with you, Keri?
Well, definitely go through beautybackbone.com. They can go call the salon, and they can get a message to me through the salon. But Beauty Backbone, I'd say go to Beauty Backbone. Any of those requests come straight to us. You can even go to the Beauty Backbone Facebook page and do a private message. I'm on there all the time. So I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
Fantastic. I know that Patty was really disappointed that she couldn't be here today, but she's asked if she could not have you back again with some of your star staff and students to just talk about some fun stories and put you on the radio show again. Would that be okay?
Oh, God, I would love it, and I really appreciate you guys having me. It's just been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, we're very thankful to have you. And next week, as Patty returns for a two-part interview with the founder and new COO of the Ratner Group, Dennis Ratner and his wife Ann, operate the largest family-owned and operated chain of hair salons in the country with 1,000 salons and in 16 states and the District of Columbia with over 11,000 licensed stylists. Join us to hear how, as the Ratners gave birth to this place that family goes to get a haircut. I'm Dean White, who is now going to focus on creating his culture so that my culture doesn't create me. Thanks for listening to Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things beauty.